It's a sunny afternoon. The air smells of homemade food, and laughter echoes from the next room. At the center of it all, a man sits at a wooden table, a warm smile on his face, a twinkle of curiosity in his eye. In his hands, a book, worn at the edges from years of reading, and across from him, a child watches intently. He pauses, looks up, and smiles. Then, as if he's been waiting for this moment, he asks a question. Simple, deliberate. Maybe about the meaning of a word, the story behind a name. But what follows isn't just an answer. It's a conversation that leaves the child wide-eyed, inspired, and thinking, how does he know so much? That child was me, 6 years old, sitting at my grandparents' home. And that man was my Thatha, my grandfather, an NSK to everyone else. But to me, he was a storyteller, a thinker, a seeker of knowledge. He had a superpower, one that I still aspire to every day. The ability to see the extraordinary in the ordinary, to learn from everything and everyone around him. He taught me that every moment, every person, and every question is a chance to grow. We all know someone like that. Someone who's an endless well of knowledge, not because they studied the most, but because they never stopped learning. Someone whose strength isn't just intelligence, but curiosity. And they remind us of something important, that learning isn't just for classrooms or textbooks, it's a way of life. Today, I want to share that belief that my Thatha passed down to me, the power of continuous learning. More importantly, I want to show you how you can embrace this in your own life. So, what exactly is continuous learning? It is the ability to stay curious, open, and committed to growing no matter what stage of life you're in. It is the difference between saying, I already know, and asking, what else can I discover? And that, my friends, is a super skill. Just like any other skill, continuous learning is about unlocking potential. Change is the only constant. The world is moving faster than ever. Technology is evolving. Industries are shifting, and the way we connect and communicate is always changing. The people who thrive are not the ones who know everything, but the ones who keep learning. And more than that, it keeps us alive, not just physically, but how we experience life itself. Because the moment we stop learning, we stop growing. You don't need to go back to school or read hundreds of books a year to be a lifelong learner. You just need the right mindset. And here's how. Number 1, stay curious. Ask more questions. Instead of assuming you already know, start with why, how, what if. Curiosity is the gateway to deeper understanding. Number 2, read widely and often. Books, articles, even listening to someone's story. Every piece of knowledge that you take in expands the way you look at the world. Number 3, learn from every experience. Mistakes aren't failures, they are lessons. Every challenge, every misstep teaches something valuable, if you're willing to listen. Number 4, surround yourself with curious people. They say you become the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with. So choose people wisely. Choose people who inspire you, who push you, and challenge you to grow. Number 5, stay open to new experiences. Growth happens in the unfamiliar. Try things outside your comfort zone. Travel, pick up a new hobby, talk to people who think differently from you. The science of learning. So why does learning matter not just emotionally but scientifically? It all comes down to something called neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to change, adapt, and rewire itself. Every time we learn something new, our brain forms new neural connections, keeping us mentally sharp and agile. Studies show that lifelong learning can slow cognitive decline, improve problem-solving skills, and even increase happiness. In other words, the more we learn, the healthier and happier we become. And yet, so many of us believe that learning has an expiry date, that at a certain age, we are too old to pick up something new. My grandfather was an accomplished civil engineer who built dams and bridges that still stand today. But even after retiring, at the age of 73, my grandfather went back to university to study Tamil literature. Not because he wanted a career or earn accolades, but because he loved to learn. I wish I could have asked him what inspired him to take that path. But I realize now that his actions spoke louder than words ever could. He showed me that learning isn't just about achievement. It's about enriching yourself, expanding your perspective, and staying curious about the world around you. And while I can't ask him all these questions I would like to know, I find myself inspired by his example every single day. It's a reminder to all of us to keep asking, to keep learning, and to keep growing. Because when we do, we're not only building knowledge, we're building bridges. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and subscribe. And tell me, who inspires your curiosity? Leave it in the comments. I would love to hear from you. And remember, you got this.